Thanks everybody for joining us again. My name is Megan Hutchison, Council's Economic Development Manager, and this is the fourth event that we've brought to you between Council and the Kiama District Business Chamber, and brought to you also in conjunction with Evolve Business Coaching with Glenn and Wade. These events have been a fantastic success. We've had so many people register for them. Last week's event, we had a waiting list, which was fantastic. We are recording these events as well, so they are available for you to view afterwards if you miss anything or if you're unable to log on or have to leave for any reason. So we'll have a recording to be kept on Council's YouTube channel, which I'll again distribute to you, or I'm sure you can get the link from either Glenn or myself. So as I said, this is the fourth webinar that we've brought to you on digital media. And this one is going to be a cracker because there's nothing better than someone raving about your business, and what better endorsement can you have from somebody else? So without further ado, I'll hand you over to Glenn, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy this one. Thank you.
Thanks, Megan. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's doing really, really well. Sorry for that last minute link sending. We had a bit of a technical glitch there, but hope everyone's doing really, really well. We missed the webinar last week. We had a week off, but we went live. Wade and I went live on Instagram and on Facebook, and we'll be doing the same thing after this webinar today too. But if you've got any questions about anything we're talking about today, there's a chat box here. So just shoot through a few questions in the chat box as we go, and Megan can bring those up at the end. And then afterwards, we'll extend the Q&A. Wade and I will extend the Q&A on Instagram and on Facebook at Resolve Business Coaching's page there, so we can keep the chat going. Okay, so let's get into it. So today we're talking about how to build a community of raving fan customers. Look, this is such an important thing for basically any business to have raving fan customers. These are the customers that are going to support you in tough times. You know, when you need them the most. They're going to be the ones out there talking about your business, spreading positive word of mouth. These are what we want to nurture and what we want to create in our businesses. And I'm going to talk about more reasons on why they're important, but also how we can build and nurture more raving fans in our businesses. So let's get into it. You guys would probably know who I am by this stage, hopefully, if you've been through a few webinars. From Haworth Guitars, that's my main business, Haworth Guitars, and I'm also the founder of Resolve Business Coaching, which we have the office set up here in the lovely Kiama, and it is a beautiful day outside. I'm just going to say, if you're not around Kiama, if you've joined from another area, it's a lovely day in Kiama, and the office is just located across from Surf Beach in the Bathers Complex. But basically, my story, we took Haworth Guitars from a local store to now multiple stores, and it's now represents about 50%. Our online component is now about 50% of all of our revenue. So we've really made the transition from physical stores to online, and had a great impact there. But the raving fan culture, which I'm going to talk about today, is something that we really strive for at Haworth Guitars as well. But I'll also be using not just Haworth Guitars as a case study. I'll be using other examples of other businesses who are doing a really great job as well. So today we're going to be talking about why raving fans are important for your business. We're going to be talking about online and offline community engagement to help build those raving fans. We're going to be talking about how to build customer loyalty and customer loyalty programs, different community events and sponsorships and fundraisers, and really about over-delivering value up front. This is a great way to build a raving fan culture in your business. So let's get into why raving fans are important. They provide positive word of mouth, which is the best form of advertising. It's free, basically, and so you get a great return on investment for word of mouth advertising. It's free, and people are much more likely to trust the opinion of their friends and of people they know overseeing and just an ad pop up. So it offers social proof, as I say there. And just a couple of statistics on this too that I found. Word of mouth is the main factor behind 20 to 50% of purchasing decisions. And 28% of millennials won't even try a product unless their friends approve of it first. I thought that was pretty amazing. And business-to-business companies have a 70% higher conversion rate from referrals. So this is all the reasons why Raving fans are important, and just how powerful word of mouth is for our businesses. So I want to use this company as an example to start with. You might not have heard of them because they're more focused in the US. But years ago, I started reading Delivering Happiness. It's a book that about the Zappos company, and they're an online shoe store. And they really have they built their business up and the core foundation was just to create raving fans. So I'm going to be talking about them just for the first part here. So who is Zappos? So they began selling shoes online back in 1999. Tony Hsieh is the main sort of player there. He came on board as the CEO of Zappos. And they have, as I said, a really strong focus on raving fan culture. And they built it up from, basically minimal sales in 99 to over $1 billion worth of sales in 2009. And then in the same year, it sold to Amazon for $1.2 billion. And the whole foundation of this business was built around raving fan culture and how to create raving fans and nurture raving fans. Their whole business model was basically create raving fans, and then these raving fans are going to go out and spread word of mouth for us. We won't need to advertise as much. We won't need to pay large sums for advertising. We're just going to create raving fans out of our customers, and then they're going to go out there and do the advertising for us. So this is how they did it. This is a couple of their key values that they have at Zappos, and in particular, what they used in the early days to really build their foundation of raving fan customers. They have friendly, solution-orientated representatives. An example that I want to use is with just how helpful their team is they use this as an example in one of the books that I read about them. They had one of their regular customers has a sales representative at Zappos, and she was with her friends one night and she was struggling to find somewhere which would deliver a pizza to her at that time of the night, right? So she said, I can't work this out. I know who I'll call. I'll call my Zappos sales representative. So she called the guy from Zappos and said, look, I want to get a pizza. I know that's not what you guys do, but will you help me out? And this guy managed to find a pizza for this lady and her friends and got the pizza delivered for her, used her credit card that was on file there to pay for it and everything. And of course, Zappos didn't get anything out of that, but that's an example of the kind of service that they provide for their customers to create raving fans. They say that they have no sales scripts and their staff are just empowered to help. So all the staff dealing with customers, if complaints come up, the staff are empowered to be able to help them solve the situation and to fix it for them without having to go to management. They have a 365-day return policy, which is just insane. You can buy something, buy a pair of shoes, get it sent out, almost a year later, you can still return them. This is the kind of service that they offer. They have free shipping and returns. And as I said before, they built this all with low advertising costs, but mostly just to build a strong raving fan culture so the raving fans will go out there and spread word of mouth. And this is the power of building a raving fan culture. So the question is, how do we build raving fans too? Well, let's get into it. So I want to start with over-delivering on value. So after using the Zappos example, I want to talk a bit about value and how we can over-deliver value. This is one of the keys to building raving fans, is to deliver more value than the customer would expect. So how do we do that? Well, before they're even a customer, we need to figure out what's our unique selling point, what's our USP, right? And then we can work out from there. If we can find out what we're good at, what we're known for, what we can be an expert in, what's our niche, then we can take that and say, all right, how are we going to create an offer where we can make a promise and really deliver that value up front before they're even a customer. I'll just give you a quick example of what I'm talking about. So at Haworth Guitars, our unique selling point is we're the guitar experts. I mean, you can buy a guitar from anywhere. You can go to Kmart, you can go to Aldi, you can go to JB Hi-Fi and buy a guitar, but that person selling you the guitar won't know how to set the guitar up for you. They won't be able to recommend the right guitar. They won't be able to have it play nice and have you give feedback and provide extra service afterwards. So that's really our unique selling points. We're guitar experts. Domino's provide fast pizza. Avis, the car rental company, says we're number 2. They realize that Hertz is number 1, right? But their unique selling point is that they're number 2. And I'm going to expand on this in a second so it makes a bit more sense. But Zappos, their unique selling point is they just provide the best service. So we want to figure out what is our unique selling point in our business? What's your unique selling point that you can offer your customers better than anyone else can? And we want to play into that. And this next step, I want to talk about using that unique selling point to really over-deliver on value. So in my business, Haworth Guitars, we're the guitar experts. That's our unique selling point. So what we offer is a free guitar servicing for 1 year with any guitar that you buy from us, right? That's how we over-deliver on value. That's what we can do that no one else can do that because they're not the guitar experts, right? That's what we can offer. That's how we over-deliver on value. Domino's say that they'll deliver in 30 minutes or less, or it's free, right? That's how they use their unique selling point to over-deliver on value. Avis says we're number 2, right? They realize that Hertz is number 1, we're number 2. So their unique selling point is they promise that they're going to try harder. I thought that was great. We're number 2, but we try harder. And when they decided to launch that campaign, they went from 11% market share to 35% market share in 4 years since they launched that campaign. Zappos, as we talked about, they provide the best service. That's their unique selling point. And they play into that by offering free 365-day returns, as well as a couple of those other features that I mentioned as well. So as we play into our unique selling point, I really want you to start to think about what can you do better than the rest of the market out there? What can you do better than your competitors? What's your strength? And so how can you use that strength? How can you play into that strength to really over-deliver for your customers? What can you offer your customers that no one else can offer? This is before they're a customer, before they've committed to making a purchase or a sale from us. This is really upfront. What can we offer them? And play into your strengths, play into the unique selling points on over-delivering that value. And then I want to talk about building strong customer relationships as a way of creating raving fans and over-delivering value. So look, the way we build strong customer relationships, I know a lot of you guys already do this, so I'm not going to go on about this too much because I know a lot of you in this webinar are great business people. You've been in business a long time. I know you already know how to connect with your customers, but just as a reminder, some of the best things that we can do to form really strong customer relationships and build these raving fans is to remember the most important word in the English language, which is the sound of your own name, right? As soon as you hear your own name, I'm sure you can relate, it instantly gets your attention, right? So if someone remembers your name, it's instantly a better connection with that person, right? So doing your best to remember your customers' names, finding things in common with them that you can relate to, making sure we make a human connection. Obviously right now it's difficult, but in normal situations, we want to, shake hands and I put there, treat every customer like a long lost friend. Look, I learned so much of this from my dad. My dad is a real people person. He was a high school industrial arts teacher. He loved working with people. He loved working with his students. And he went out and started this business called Haworth Guitars in an area in Kiama Downs, which had, a population of, 1,000 people, right? A music store there. And everyone said he was crazy, right? But he built up a strong, foundation of raving fan customers by really focusing on just building strong relationships with his customers. He remembered everyone's name. He remembered, things that I put there as well. Remembering things about your customers that you can check in with them on next time. Like when they come in the store, he'd remember their name and be like, hey, John, how are you going with that guitar that you got from us 12 months ago, right? So remembering things about your customers. This was really, I learned so much from my dad in this instance. He helped us instill a raving fan culture or, a customer service-based culture at Haworth Guitars because he did this in the early days. He built up such strong relationships with his customers and they just kept coming back and they went out there and they spread the word for us. So developing strong relationships with your customers is a very important step in the process to creating the raving fans. And these are some steps on how we can do that. Over delivering on value. Another thing that we can do is giving things away for free, right? I'm not suggesting you give away the farm, right? but there's things that we can do for our customers or for our potential customers where we can help to build that that connection and build our raving fan customer base. And that's just things like offering free advice when you approach a potential customer approaches you, offering your free advice, providing tips and tricks for them, offering a free trial. I mean, there's so many reasons why, you know, Netflix, Stan, Disney Plus, all these guys offer free trials, right? They offer free trials. They provide that value up front, and because they know that obviously it works, they know that the value is there. So they offer it for free to start with, and they know that you're going to sign up afterwards anyways. What is it, $8 a month or something? So chances are you're going to sign up, right? So offering a free trial up front, so just thinking about what can you deliver for free? What can you give away for free if it's your advice? You know, we would have some people come into our guitar store in the early days and say, you know what, my guitar's not working, what's wrong with it? There might be a small part that was missing. If we gave them a part, or if we provided a part for them, and normally that part might only cost us $2, $5 or whatever, instead of charging the customer $5, $10 or whatever it was, we'd often say, you know what, take it, it's on us, I'll just do it for you for nothing, it's all good, just come back next time, right? I mean, that is worth so much more than trying to get $5, $10 out of someone. That makes such a lasting impression, just giving away that little service just for free so that they come back next time. I mean, it just goes so far. So that's another great way to over deliver on value, is to think about upfront, what sort of value can you deliver up front? Well, giving away your advice for free. And I also put there, helping customers who bought from somewhere else. Sometimes, you know, we can get our back up a little bit. Someone might have a bad experience with one of our competitors and then come and see us and be like, well, I've come to see you because I got stuffed around by this competitor. And I know it's easy to say, well, we shouldn't have gone to them. And, you know, it's you should have came to us the first time, right? But if we can really over deliver on value for them and look after them, then, oh, someone's got a phone going off there. I've got to mute someone. I'm just going to pop someone on mute there. There we go. If we can really over deliver on value for that person, even if they dealt with one of our competitors first and they got mucked around or whatever it is, if we can over deliver for them, then they're going to come back again and again. And really, it helps to build more raving fans by doing that. So I put there, give, and then ask. So give whatever value you can, and then you can ask to onboard them as a customer by giving that value up front. So I put there as a question, what can you offer up front? Okay, next. Now, once they become a customer, the thing I love, which some businesses do really well, is they'll provide extra value for their customers even after the sale's gone through, right? We've got a supplier who sends us gear, and with every single package they send us, they'll include something nice like a little pack of Lifesavers, right? Or a little pack of gummy bears or something with that. And my staff love it. They love opening these packages, and something that costs these suppliers like 50 cents brings a lot of joy to my guys who unbox it. They share the lollies around and whatever. They over deliver on value, just that one little thing, which hardly costs them anything, but it's such a nice gesture. And it makes us appreciate them so much. And it's just a nice little surprise, right? We all love surprises. I registered a domain name the other day at Crazy Domains. They threw in an extra domain for free as an example. We do this at Haworth Guitars. I mean, our guys are supposed to. Sometimes we run out of stickers and polishing cloths and everything. We can't always do this, but usually when someone buys a guitar from us, we throw in, here's your polishing cloth. We're going to throw in some picks. Here's some stickers. We call it case candy, right? So that when that person receives that guitar, they open up the case and they find these little, these bits of case candy in there that they didn't expect, right? That's how we can create raving fans. That's how we can create better connection with our customers, over delivering on value even after they bought from us. So how can you surprise your customers? How can you over deliver for them once they've already dealt with you, once they've already purchased with you? What else can you provide them value-wise afterwards? And this is a big one, you know, handling complaints. This is actually a really good opportunity to take a disgruntled customer and convert them into a customer for life if we handle complaints well. It's a really easy way to ruin your reputation by not handling complaints well. But if you can handle customer complaints well, it's a really great opportunity to gain a customer for life. And I've just seen this happen so many times in our business where we'll have someone, you know, they might be upset about something went wrong along the process somehow, but if we can over deliver for them, if we can say, all right, we're not just going to fix this, we're going to make it better. If we can do that, that customer is so relieved and so happy with us that you convert them for life, right? It can be an amazing way to build raving fans, is just how you handle complaints, right? Just looking after your customers. When something doesn't go right, I put there, take the high road and take back control. You know how sometimes someone might come back to you and say, I wasn't happy with your service, I wasn't happy with this product, or whatever it is, right? And they might, demand a credit or something like that. And you've got to say, all right, well, I'll go ahead and do that. If you can over deliver for them in that instance and say, look, I'm not just going to do that for you, I'll do this as well because I feel bad about the situation, I want to make it right. Over deliver for them, throw in something extra, whatever you need to do. You take back control of that situation. Instead of being forced to have to give them something, you're now deciding to give them more, and you're taking back control. And that feels better than having to be forced into, giving a credit or something for someone. It feels better to take back control and say, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do more. I'm going to kill them with kindness here. I'm going to take the high road and I'm going to give them more. That makes you feel better, but it also helps to build a stronger connection. And as I said, help get a customer for life. This is how a great way to build raving fans, how we handle customer complaints. So I put there as a question, how do you handle customer complaints in your business? Do you need to reassess that? Okay, I want to talk about building customer loyalty now. And what are some ways that we can get our customers to come and support us again and again and bring them into the raving fan culture? You guys might have seen these. This is a really big thing for us that we do in the area. And we do our car stickers, right? In the early days, we just started giving out stickers. We had a lot of support from the community, and we still do. People just want to put stickers on their cars because they like guitars and they like what we do, which is amazing. I got this photo when I went for a morning run a few days ago. I went for a jog and I saw someone with a sticker, so I thought I'd take the photo and put it up on social media. But what we do is we reward our customers for their loyalty. We say, if you have a sticker on your car, you get a discount off strings, of guitar strings every time that you come into either store, and drumsticks as well. So we reward them. And this is like our customer loyalty program in a way. Anyone who has a guitar, has our sticker on their car, gets a discount every time they come into the store off strings or drumsticks. So it's our way of building customer loyalty and some brand awareness too. But where can you add this in your business, really? I want you to start to think about what loyalty program can you implement in your business to reward those regular customers, to get them coming back again and again and bring them into your raving fan culture. What can you do as a reward for them? And the next thing I want to talk about is offering a premium service, premium programs. Amazon Prime do this, and something they do really well. They offer a premium service for those really top tier customers that want that extra level of service. This is a pretty amazing statistic. Just Amazon's Prime, their premium service that they offer, they have 105 million members, which each member spends on average $1,400 each year, right? 105 million times 1,400. It's pretty amazing, right? That's obviously a lot of money. I don't know what that is off the top of my head, but that's a lot, right? So their premium program works, and thinking about what sort of premium program you can offer for your customers, those top tier customers that want that extra level of service, that you can implement in your business as well. Okay, so building raving fans. Another great way to do this is to do community events and sponsorships and fundraisers to build raving fans and to bring people into your culture of the business. I want to talk about this really quick. Connecting with a charity. We often connect with Kids Wish. I think they're a great charity, particularly for our music school. Basically every music school concert, the profits go to the Kids Wish Foundation, because a lot of our students in our music school are kids, and we think that's a charity that's close to our heart, and it's a local charity as well. So we like supporting them. But we like to build a reputation in my business. Number one, it's just great to support a charity, and it feels good to do it. And you're obviously doing a great deed, and it's good karma and everything else. But I've always liked to have the reputation of supporting your community. And I think this can be a really good way to build raving fans and to build support in your community, is to get out there and just help your community, be a part of it, get involved. Getting a charity involved like this, a local charity or just a charity that relates to your business, getting them involved and working together towards a common goal can not only be a great thing to do, but it can also, it gets the community on board, and it gets them to see, these are actually good people in this business. I want to support them. We get a lot of people coming in and saying, I see all the good things that you're doing in the community, and that's why I love supporting you guys. So that can be a big reason why you get raving fans in your business, and a great thing to work on is just supporting good causes in your community. And the other thing is sponsorships. So, sponsoring different events and individuals and businesses in your business, getting on board and sponsoring them can be another way to help nurture raving fans as well. I put there, referral partners. So who would you sponsorship? Well, who would you sponsor? Well, you could go out there and find referral partners. So, people who are going to businesses and brands and that sort of thing, sporting teams, whatever it is, who relate directly to your business and can build referrals for you. But it also can help you to build relationships with the members. If you sponsor a local sporting team and you're a physio or something like that, then you can build relationships with that team and with that sporting club, and that can be your referral base, and just giving to them can be a way to build raving fan culture and bring them in as raving fans in your business. I'll put there as an example, we choose to sponsor band competitions and open mic nights because that's where our customers are in the guitar business, right? They're out there at these events. So we like to sponsor them, and we'll often give some vouchers and things for different competitions and different jam nights and things like that. So I put that as a question to think about: who needs your sponsorship in the community, in your community or in your industry? Who needs your sponsorship? Where can you get out there and help and give to them so that they can be added to that raving fan culture that you're building as well. Community events is another one. So I know these, we're not doing events and that sort of thing at the moment with everything that's going on, but building raving fans, this can be a great way to do it by giving value to your community. This really relates to the sponsorships and the charity work as well, is giving value to your community of customers through events, putting on lunch and learn events, putting on an expo, putting on an info night for your audience. And it might just be something that you give away for free, but you bring them into that and you help provide tips and tricks, or you might provide an industry expert. You might be the industry expert to come and speak at the event. And just putting this on for low cost or for free for your audience, bringing them in on that can be a great way to bring those potential customers or customers into that raving fan culture, because when we give, people tend to want to give back, right? So that can be a great way by providing community events for building a raving fan culture in your business. I put there as an example the Illawarra Drum Expo is an event that we put on for free. We invited drummers from all the way from Sydney to Canberra. We did some targeted Facebook ads, and we had a lot of drummers come down for that event from Sydney and come up from Canberra because we put it on for free. And we just showcased some great drummers to showcase the latest drums and things. But we built up it was a really great way to build up a community of drum customers by doing that. This is another one where we worked on years ago. Is we worked with a charity. This was the Make-A-Wish Foundation this time, but bringing your community on board with a large goal that you might have for your business and helping your community achieve that large goal. We had a goal of raising $10,000 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and years ago, so I played the ukulele for 25 hours straight. Did that through Guinness World Records, and the Make-A-Wish Foundation got involved with that, but also the local community got on board. We had guitarists and ukulele clubs, the Swingaleles in Wollongong, come on board and jam with me through this whole event, and it really helped establish such strong relationships with these musicians in the area, because they came and got on board and working towards a larger goal for this charity. So getting your community involved, think about how you can involve them and work on these big picture goals together. That can be another great way to build raving fans. Okay, so we talked a lot about offline community engagement. I want to talk just a little bit about online community engagement, how we can build raving fans online. Look, I know if you've gone to the previous webinars, if you've attended the previous ones, we've talked a lot about social media, Instagram, Facebook, building a database of customers. So I'm not going to talk about too much in this webinar. You can watch the other ones for that, but I'm just going to touch on a couple of key things we can do with our online community to help build them in the raving fan culture. We do a lot of giveaways and competitions, giving things away. As I said, giving things of value away can help to build raving fans. They get excited about it. Look, I've got a picture of Oprah there, right? She's famous for giving away things to her audience. Look under the seat, you win, I don't know, someone wins a free car or something like that. She gives away things, right? She gives away value. So we do a lot of that online. We do a competition. We might give away a guitar. We just finished one recently on Instagram. Wade and I come up with a great idea over Christmas time where people had to guess what guitar was wrapped up inside this box, right? And whoever guessed the guitar won it. Guessing competitions, fun things like that to involve our community online. It's a great way to build raving fans. We've got a lot of people that keep asking us, when's the next giveaway? When's the next giveaway, right? They love that. They love being involved with those fun kind of giveaways and competitions, and it helps to build our raving fan culture. So I put that, maybe that's something that you might want to consider in your business. What sort of competition could you run for your audience? I think people are sending through a few chats. Just remember, guys, if you've got questions, pop them in the chats there and we can have a Q&A afterwards. Wade's going to be brought in on that as well, and he can bring in his 2 cents on all this too. But if you've got any questions, chuck them in the chats. So the other thing is to involve your audience. So, when people feel like they're a part of something, it goes such a long way. So asking your audience their advice and feedback, and this is so easy to do online. You can create polls and ask questions in your social media feeds and on Facebook, on Instagram. You can connect with your audience and ask their feedback and ask them their advice on, if you're a retail store, what do you think about these products? Do you like this brand? Do you like this and that? Involving them gives them a sense of ownership and can help build a stronger connection with them and also bring them into that raving fan culture that we talked about. So creating polls, asking questions during live videos as well. And just providing consistent, engaging content for your audience. Well, you guys know I'm very big on this, and Wade's very big on this. We talk about this a lot in the webinars. Providing that engaging content on social media. Answer the questions your customers are already asking. What questions do they want to know answers to? What do you get asked a lot? And I think Jess is on here on the webinar from South Coast Hair and Makeup. I had a great chat with her after one of the webinars. And she's out there now making live videos and putting up video content for her audience, just with tips and tricks on how to do makeup at home and things like that. So, it's a good example of just providing engaging content for your audience, some tips and trick videos, some live videos for your audience. That can be a great way to connect with them and to bring them into that raving fan culture. So what sort of content do you need to provide? But there's a question too. The other thing is, just to be very active with your online audience, replying to comments on posts. Look, I'll admit, I don't always do this on Haworth Guitars. It's a very time-consuming thing sometimes, but the more you can be active with your audience and connect with them and engage with the comments, reply to comments, obviously getting back to message replies as quick as you can on Facebook, because Facebook rewards that fast message responses. But connect, engage, ask questions, and just join the conversation online. Find out where your customers are. If they're on Instagram, make sure you're connecting with them. You're engaging with them in the comments. You're maybe visiting other profiles on Instagram, engaging with people in the comments there. Same thing on Facebook. Engage with your audience and be very active on there. It can be one of the best ways to build a connection with your audience and bringing them into that raving fan culture. So how can you be more active with your online audience is a good question to ask as well. So look, let's summarize. I know there's been a lot of information here I've talked about, but let's summarize. Let's go through this. So building raving fans, where does it all start? Well, look, we talked about why it's important, because word of mouth for your business is the best form of advertising. People are much more likely to buy off someone when they've heard about a brand or a product or a service from a friend than they are from just seeing an ad pop up, right? They're much more likely to trust the advice of someone they know. So word of mouth is one of the best forms of advertising. That's why it's important. And we started talking about focusing on your unique selling point. So what can you offer better than anyone else? What's your unique selling point? Where are you different, right? And focusing, leaning in on that, leaning in on your strengths. How can you over deliver that value for your audience, for your customers, by leaning in on your strengths? So what do you need to do to provide more value for your audience? building strong relationships with customers, things like remembering their name, finding things in common, remembering things about them, building customer loyalty, maybe implementing a customer loyalty program or a premium program for your customers, getting your community involved with big picture goals, getting your favorite charity involved, sponsorships and fundraisers, community events, and being active and engaging with your audience online. These are really some of the keys that help to build a strong audience and build a raving fan culture in your business. I would encourage you right now to think about these things that we've talked about and to take action on just one area. You know, where can you improve your business to help bring more raving fans and nurture them and build a strong community of customers who just want to go out there and just talk about your brand, talk about your business. So what do you need to act on today out of everything I've talked about? If it's, you know, honing in on your unique selling point and working out an offer there for your customers where you can just over deliver that value, or if it's post sale, if it's delivering more value after the customer's already purchased from you, what do you need to deliver for them there? If it's building stronger relationships with your customers, how can you be more proactive in that and train your team in doing that? If it's implementing a customer loyalty program, an event, or, you know, obviously events are probably a little bit tricky at the moment, but what you need to plan in terms of maybe sponsorships or fundraisers or events that you could plan for your audience. And online, I think this is something we can all do more of, is being more active online and engaging with your audience more online to build those stronger relationships and help to bring those customers and nurture them into a raving fan culture in your business. So now, I hope this has been really helpful, guys. I hope there's been a lot of value here for you. We're going to answer some questions now. Wade's going to come on board, and we'll bring Megan back too, and we'll answer some questions. And then also, as we draw this webinar to an end, we're going to do a short live video on Facebook. This is facebook.com/Resolve Business Coaching. You can join us there, and Instagram, and my Instagram at @GlennHaworth_coach. We're going to do a quick live video after this to go in on more detail on some of these Q&As. But as I said, take action. Choose an area that you need to work on the most. Where can you add more value for your customers? Where can you connect with your customers more to build a raving fan audience? I'm just an email away, Glenn with 2 N's @resolvecoaching.com.au. Shoot us an email if you've got any more in-depth questions as well. All right, guys, I might bring Megan back, and we might do a bit of Q&A with Wade as well. How does that sound? You there, Megan?
Yeah, hi. Look, great. I thoroughly enjoyed that. A lot of the things that you mentioned certainly resonated. But I often wonder what the best way is to ask your customers for feedback or recommendations or testimonials. What are your thoughts on that one? What do you think about testimonials?
Testimonials is a great one. There's a couple of key questions where you can ask someone for a testimonial in order to try and invoke like the best response from them. A few questions that I would ask, well, first of all, you need to obviously ask them for the testimonial and be upfront with them and say, look, I'd love to get a testimonial from you. Do you mind if I ask you a few quick questions? And rather than just saying, can you give me a testimonial, people don't really know what to write or what you want the testimonial to be on. So provide them with a few questions, and a few questions I would ask them and just pop it in an email for them. Say, hey, can you just respond to these questions? Would be, what was the problem you were experiencing before you came to see us? Right? So what was the problem that you were experiencing? How have we helped solve that problem for you? And what is the experience like now, now that we've worked through that problem with you? How has that changed? How is your life better? How has that improved? Questions along those lines. So figuring out what was the problem they were experiencing before they came to see you? How have we helped fix that problem for you? And what's it like now? How is your life better after coming see us and having us work through that problem with you? Just asking a couple of key questions on those lines can help to bring out the best sort of answer for a testimonial.
Yeah, Glenn, I'll just jump in as well. If you're trying to get testimonials for videos and that as well, look, you don't really want to be putting words in other people's mouths, but it's a good idea to sort of script out some ideal answers as well, because you want to sort of still get the point across. But if you leave people to their own devices, sometimes you can get taken down a path which you didn't expect to be on. And but yeah, if you want to keep the message on point, I would try to maybe write the questions and script out some sort of just dot point based answers that you'd want to try to get to. But like I said, you still want it to be genuine and sincere and come from the people, but you want it to be on point too.
Yep.
And also, what are your thoughts about using sort of high-profile people or celebrities to rave about your particular product, or the sort of hero opportunities? What are your thoughts about that?
I think they're called influencers now these days, Megan. That I reckon that, like, if you can reach out to someone who already loves your product or uses your service, that can be a great opportunity to ask them for a testimonial, or, you know, it sort of depending on their profile, what you can offer them up front. For maybe it might be a shout out on social media or whatever. I think if you can do that, that's amazing. If you have people interested in your brand, or maybe a lot of the time, it's just a matter of reaching out on Instagram and finding influencers in your niche, following those hashtags. I mean, we're working with Caker's Warehouse is a client of ours, and they're reaching out to influencers in their niche, people who have huge profiles on Instagram and on Facebook, cake makers, right? And they're reaching out to them and connecting with them and providing them with some of their products in order to get shout outs and that sort of thing back. So I think it's really, really powerful. And also, if people are out there using your products already or using your services already, getting them to send you photos or to tag you in photos so you can use those images, or might be a short video, on your own social media is another great way of providing that social proof. And it just shows people that, oh wow, so many people are using this product or service, I need to be on that as well. Particularly if you can find someone high profile, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, look, just also with celebrities and influencers and that, it still needs to be a good fit with your brand too. Like, if it's someone who's sort of random and doesn't look like they fit, people are going to see through it. It's like, oh well, they're just getting paid to say that. You know, the idea with using maybe a celebrity or an influencer is to say that these guys are fans of what you do too, then yeah, you want it to make it a good fit. But yeah, ultimately what you'd like to do is actually turn, especially like an influencer, into a raving fan too, by over delivering value to them. So, you know, although there will likely be a paid relationship with it, they'll still go above and beyond for you as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, we don't have any more questions at the moment. Does anyone else have any other questions that they, oh, here we are, Glenn. Any suggestions for when your service is not a product but advisory?
When your service is not a product but advisory. Oh, so...
Not a tangible.
Right, okay. So, you know what? I think we talked about over-delivering on value. I mean, you can do it even more so with a advisory service. If you're providing a service for someone, how can you make sure that you're delivering over the top value for them? I don't know exactly what industry that you might be in, but for me, I would just ask the question, you know, where can you over deliver value for them? Is it spending more time with them? Where can you surprise them? Where can you over deliver value for them? It might be, if it is a service, I don't know, if it's a coaching service, it's checking in with them. It's making sure you're reaching out with them, making sure that you're connecting with them regularly, drawing connections with other people in your network who can help them as well. I mean, I heard a good saying once that said, the quickest way to be successful in what you do is to help other people be successful. You know, so where can you provide extra service for them to help them succeed? So I don't know, that might be a question we can go into more detail. If you send us an email, we can go into more detail on that, get more specific on the industry, but wherever you can over deliver value, it's a great way to build raving fans. You want people to be out there just talking about what amazing service they got, what value they got from you, and how amazing that was. So whatever you can do to give that little bit more, I think Gary Vee talks about too. He talks about giving 51% and expecting 49% back. Just always be giving that little bit extra to your clients.
Yeah, I'll just say as well, like with a lot of those sort of advisory things, I mean, especially if you're talking about people who aren't customers yet, the more information you can give up front, the better. And like, I know it's sort of, people want to sort of hold on to their information and, oh yeah, I'll give it to you if you pay me, if you sign up. But the truth is that if you actually put the information out there, you build that trust, and the law of reciprocity is that they are likely to come back to you when they actually need you for that service. So by giving up front and then potentially turning them into a customer and a raving fan, you're going to win in the long run.
Yeah, and that's something I want to say too that Wade is amazing at. He's really, really good at just giving away value for people, and a lot of people know in the Kiama area, especially the work that he does and how much he knows on video production and on the digital marketing, because he's out there telling everyone too. So people, and he just gives his stuff away for free. So it helps establishes him as an expert. But I think it's definitely a matter of listening to your potential customers and finding out what their pain points are. Spend 90% of your time just listening first to what their pain points are, what they're struggling with, what frustrates them the most, and really tapping into that to what those core pain points are. And then you can help, be the solution, be the medicine for them, and provide your solution to them. But it's really all about, I think in when you're first sitting down with someone that's working out what's the main area they're struggling with and what's their problem, like really getting clear on that, and then you can help be the solution for that problem. And as Wade said, just help provide solutions for them, right? Just helping provide solutions, and I mean, it's just going to make them want more of that.
I know, just a point in my past life, I was an insurance broker. So again, advisory, there was not a tangible product, but everybody likes to receive thank you or a little note or a letter or something in the mail, or, just a bit of a follow-up to say, thanks for your time. Thanks for listening. It's always nice to receive that and to acknowledge someone that's given you time. So I always think that's a nice little touch as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you might be muted there, Megan. Hold on. Something's...
That better?
There we go. I can hear you now.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's as many questions as we've taken today. But you're going to go into a live Q&A on Facebook after this.
Yeah, so if you want to jump on and join the live video, Wade and I will be on there. You'll get to see Wade, see what he looks like. He's going to be on there in person. He's often the behind the scenes guy, but he'll be on there, and Wade and I will be answering questions on there too to our greater audience. Just go to facebook.com/resolve business coaching. We've got the page there, but also if you're on Instagram, you can jump on us as Glenn Haworth_coach there. And we're going to go live there. We're going to make it a regular thing every Wednesday, 1 o'clock, straight after the webinars, to go live. But as I said, take action on something that you learned today, and send us an email if you got any more in-depth questions. But also, we've got some more webinars coming up, Megan. So I just want another big shout out to you, Megan, for all the great work you do at Kiama Council and the Kiama Chamber of Commerce as well. It's awesome to be involved in this. I think we're delivering some great value. We've had some awesome feedback, and we've got some great ones coming up too.
Yeah. Thanks again for that, Glenn and Wade. Every Wednesday from 12 o'clock, we're trying to host a different content webinar with these guys. And Mondays at 12 o'clock, we're also hosting a financial update for anybody that's interested in finding out what the update packages are on stimulus, the government stimulus packages. And we generally focus on another part of business planning in those sessions as well. So we're communicating by email and newsletters. So if anybody wants to be added or isn't getting those email newsletters, please let either myself or Glenn know, and we can add you to those lists. But again, thanks for your time, and thanks to the Kiama District Chamber of Commerce as well. So thank you.
Thanks, Megan. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you again next week.
Bye.